Well, isn't that fascinating? I mean, Jeff Darlington, what should we take away from that?
I don't know, Greeny. Look, we never want to start any answer with "I don't know," but there's a hole in this story somewhere. Deebo Samuel makes very clear, by the way, through the 2022 way that we all make it clear we want out by scrubbing our social media of any reference to the 49ers. He is entering the final year of his deal, but Schefter's saying that the 49ers are willing to pay him. Quite frankly, it doesn't make sense. I think that we have to figure out exactly what it is that Deebo Samuel wants, and I think we would all appreciate if someone is willing to scrub their social media of all references to the team they play for. We'd love another explanation as to why they are doing that. We'll have to wait and see what happens here, but you heard Schefter there. The 49ers understand the value of Deebo Samuel. What exactly they're willing to pay him remains the next step, I think, in this process.
And Nico, I mean, let's make clear, I don't even think we need to explain to people just how valuable a player Deebo is, but he became a lot of people, including me, their favorite player in the entire NFL last year with the way he carries the ball, the way he catches the ball, the attitude that he brings out there, the image of him crying at the end of the game when they lost last year. He's everything you could possibly want. If he wants out, teams should be all over themselves to get him, yes?
100%. You would want him on your team. But hear me out on this one. Maybe he doesn't want to be a running back. Maybe he wants to be a receiver. We've seen what these receivers are getting, and we know what the market is for the running back. And at one point last year, he was leading the NFL in rushing as a running back and receiving as a receiver.
Right.
So you know that the NFL is not that – you don't have a long career. It's not for long, right? So if you're playing running back and receiver and you're taking all the hits and you are touching the football, the amount that he is touching the football, it's a matter of time that he's going to either be beat up or just not feel great. So for him, maybe he's looking at this thing like, okay, they're going to use me up here. They're going to pay me, but are they going to pay me as a number one wide receiver? Right. Are they going to pay me Adams type money? Or are they going to look at me and say, well, you know, you're running back and there's a running back market and there's a receiver market. So there could be issues with just how they give him a contract. Yeah, they'll be willing to pay him, but what? What are they willing to give him?
It's a fascinating scenario here. Marcus, what do you make of this whole thing?
Well, first and foremost, let me say, because Nick makes a great point about you find yourself in that no man's land if you Deebo Samuel. Deebo Samuel clearly is trying to let everybody know that I'm a wide receiver because of the money, right? But then you look at, I listened to what Schefter said, and I think, like, there has to be some separation on contract negotiation. Like, because I don't know if a team wanting to pay a guy and it not getting done unless they far away on the money. And when you think about what Nick just said about where they potentially see Deebo or what they see him as, a team can get real, they can start feeling themselves and try to play some games. And Deebo is like, nah, we ain't doing it that way. I see what these receivers are getting. So the only thing I can think of, G, is that they trying to slot him as something else outside of a wide receiver.
It's going to be fascinating to see how that thing plays. If that guy decides he wants out of San Francisco, that is the player every team should be trying to get. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.